I almost asked a girl to marry me, and then less than a year later she was a college grade behind me from a different school. She cheated on me by screwing another guy right before the week I was going to ask for her hand in marriage, so I joined the US Army after the whole episode. Well, Terry, thanks for the donation and sharing your very brief story. I guess the moral of the story is not to simply date women that are models, but not to date women that are ex-models. I almost asked her to marry. The sponsor link for Amazon can be found further down. I'm sorry to say this, but I think you overreacted to your model ex-girlfriends cheating on you by joining the Army. Now, back to the I got cheated on. So I joined the Space Marines Clown World show. Terry, I'm sorry to say this, but I think you overreacted by joining the Army. By joining the Army, you're basically saying that you've lost your purpose in life and you're looking for a government agency to give you a purpose again. Instead of that, you're going to go off into boot camp surrounded by guys so you don't have to face your existential crisis alone. As a man, when we are without a partner by our side, we lose our purpose and have an existential crisis because we don't know what to do without her in our lives. Making major life decisions when you tarry. The reason you told your story is that even to this day she's still in your mind. Subconsciously, you wanted to get her pregnant and have her give you the highest possible quality offspring that you could ever have. That's why she shook you up so much. I remember the first time in my teens that a girl I was with for a couple of months, who was perfect for me, broke things off. It was the first and only time the relationship ended where I didn't end it. It was right before my exam period in high school, and it affected my ability to study. I was in shock in a way, but it was good that I had exams because they distracted me from the heartache. Even still, it took me another 2 or 3 weeks after that to stop thinking about her. After that, I never dated anyone that I found attractive. I don't know if that was a conscious decision or if it was something that I did automatically so I wouldn't be hurt like that again. After, due to the fact that I went through high school making and losing numerous friends, some of whom would suddenly flip on me and go from being a friend to being a bully. I have spent the majority of my life dealing with situations that are very similar to these. I also have a tendency to be very wary of getting close to anyone in general. When your life is full of betrayal, I guess that deep down inside you start thinking to yourself that it's better to just push people away from you before they push you away. The first time I met Stephen Mullen, I think I did that because I respected the guy and didn't want to lose that respect that I had for one of my heroes. He was massive at the time back in 2014 with regards to Terry. You went to a place for your military training where no woman could harm you, and you also had to deal with the physical pain of learning to fight and getting your anger out by being physical. You took your heartache and pain and used them constructively to get through that training. I always found that I almost always had the most physical energy when someone betrayed me, and then I used my body in an extremely physical way. After that, I felt invincible, as if I could lift another 100 pounds. You may have the advantage of having children who are attractive, which may cause other men to resent you for your partner's attractiveness and cause you to fall more deeply in love with the attractiveness of your children. But you also have the disadvantage of having to constantly keep an eye out for other men who may try to woo your partner's children, which can be rather annoying. Additionally, the amount of effort and financial investment required to keep that relationship going is significantly higher. And all of these things will make you feel more anxious. Than the failure not only teaches you valuable lessons, but it also helps you become a better person because it forces you to learn the lesson of humility over and over again. When other people see you fail and mock you and laugh behind your back, it teaches you to either not let it bother you, or, if you're anything like me, it teaches you to always look for betrayal because people generally don't want to associate with others they see as failures. However, in order to learn the most important lesson in life, don't have any close friends or relationships that are at risk of being severed, have a thick emotional skin, and don't care what other people think. Alternatively, don't have any close friends or relationships at all. Alternatively, don't have any relationships at all. Alternatively, don't have any close friends. Also, like Terry, if you find out that the most attractive woman you've ever been with cheated on you a week before you were going to ask her for her hand in marriage, it's not exactly an easy thing to forget. You're emotionally invested all the way, and then you're betrayed in an ultimate way too. So how can you ever ask another woman to marry you again? If you find out that the most attractive woman you've ever been with cheated on you, it's not exactly an easy thing to tarry. I think that's why you're going your own way. You didn't even get divorced, raped, but you were lucky enough to learn about her infidelity before walking down the aisle. It was the ultimate betrayal, and she probably ruined you for all the other women out there. If she didn't, then I probably pushed you over that ledge. I'm sure that if you're dating today, you're probably going to ask women out who are, if my first girlfriend had been an attractive girl in the 10th grade instead of a Filipina in the 11th grade who had a face as wide as Stewie from the Family Guy, I probably would have gotten used to perfection in order to get an erection and probably would have simped hard from that point on. It's as simple as that. In a way, the men who were only ever together with women who look like bumpkins lucked out in some sick and twisted way.